Have you ever looked at a picture of the Great Pyramids of Giza and just thought, how? How on earth did ancient people, with none of our modern technology, build something so massive, so precise, and so enduring? For thousands of years, these colossal structures have stood silently in the desert, guarding the secrets of a long-lost civilization. Today, we're going on a journey back in time to unravel some of the mysteries of the Giza Pyramid Complex. Let's dig in, right? So, when we talk about the Giza Pyramids, we're usually thinking of the big three. The most famous, of course, is the Great Pyramid of Khufu. It's the oldest and largest of the three, and for nearly 4,000 years, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world. Imagine that. Then there's the Pyramid of Khafre, his son, which looks a bit taller because it was built on higher ground, and it's the only one that still has some of its original smooth limestone casing at the very top. And finally, the smallest of the three, the Pyramid of Menkaure. But the Giza Plateau, in just about these three pyramids, it's a massive necropolis, an entire city of the dead. There are smaller Queen's pyramids, long causeways, temples, and hundreds of tombs for nobles and officials. And let's not forget the silent guardian of it all, the Great Sphinx. This mythical creature with the body of a lion and the head of a human is carved from a single piece of limestone and is just as enigmatic as the pyramids themselves. So, let's tackle the big question. How were they built? The popular image from movies is of thousands of slaves being whipped as they drag enormous stones under the scorching sun. But modern archaeology tells a different story. Evidence found in a nearby village, including bakeries and workers' cemeteries, suggests the builders were actually skilled Egyptian laborers. They were well-fed, respected for their craft, and worked in rotating teams. Think of it more like a national project, a source of pride, not forced labor. They lived in a dedicated town, received rations of bread and beer, and even got medical care. Now, for the stones themselves. The pyramids are made of millions of limestone and granite blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons. That's like the weight of 12 adult elephants. The majority of the limestone was quarried right there on the Giza Plateau. But the really high-quality white limestone for the outer casing came from Tura, across the Nile River, and the massive granite blocks used for the inner chambers, like the King's Chamber in Khufu's pyramid, were transported all the way from Aswan, over 500 miles to the south. How did they move these behemoths? The latest theories suggest they used a combination of ingenuity and manpower. They likely transported the stones from Aswan on large wooden boats during the annual Nile flood, which would bring the water level much closer to the construction site. For moving the blocks on land, they probably used wooden sleds. An ancient wall painting actually depicts a scene of a colossal statue being moved on a sled, with a person in front pouring water on the sand. This would reduce friction and make it much easier to pull. So simple, yet so brilliant. Once the stones arrived, how did they get them up the pyramid? This is still a hot topic of debate among Egyptologists. The most widely accepted theory involves the use of ramps. But what kind of ramp? A single, long, straight ramp would have to be enormous, almost a mile long, to reach the top of the Great Pyramid. That seems impractical. Other ideas include a zigzag ramp going up one face, or a spiral ramp that wrapped around the pyramid as it was being built. A more recent and fascinating theory proposed by French architect Jean-Pierre Houdin suggests an internal ramp. He believes they built a straight external ramp for the bottom third of the pyramid, and then constructed a corkscrew-like internal tunnel to haul the blocks the rest of the way up. It's a mind-bending idea that could explain some of the strange anomalies found inside the pyramid. And what about the precision? The Great Pyramid is aligned almost perfectly with the four cardinal points of the compass: north, south, east, and west. The accuracy is astonishing, better than many modern buildings. How did they achieve this without a compass? They were master astronomers. They probably used the stars, perhaps by tracking the movement of the specific stars in the northern sky, and bisecting the angle between their rising and setting points to find true north. Their engineering skills were just on another level. So, why go to all this trouble? What was the purpose of these giant stone mountains? The pyramids were tombs, but they were so much more than that. For the ancient Egyptians, death wasn't the end, but a transition to the afterlife. The pharaoh was seen as a divine being, a link between the gods and humanity. His successful journey to the afterlife was crucial for the continued prosperity and stability of the entire kingdom. The pyramid was a resurrection machine. Its shape, the benben, was a sacred symbol representing the primeval mound from which the Egyptians believed life began. It was also seen as a ramp or a stairway to the heavens, allowing the pharaoh's soul to ascend and join the gods, particularly the sun god Ra, as he made his daily journey across the sky. The entire complex, with its temples and causeways, was designed to facilitate rituals and offerings that would sustain the pharaoh's spirit for eternity. Inside the Great Pyramid, it's a labyrinth of passages. There's the subterranean chamber, cut deep into the bedrock below. Then you have the ascending passage leading to the so-called Queen's Chamber, and the magnificent Grand Gallery. The Grand Gallery is an architectural marvel, a tall, sloping corridor that leads directly to the heart of the pyramid, the King's Chamber. This room is built entirely of red granite and once held the sarcophagus of Khufu. It's an incredibly powerful and humbling space, but the mysteries don't stop. In recent years, a project called Scan Pyramids has used advanced technology like cosmic ray radiography. Think of it as an X-ray for pyramids to peek inside without disturbing a single stone. In 2017, they announced a groundbreaking discovery, a huge, previously unknown void, at least 100 feet long, located right above the Grand Gallery. We still don't know what it is. Is it another chamber? A structural feature designed to relieve pressure on the gallery below? Or something else entirely? The pyramid is still holding onto its secrets. Even the Great Sphinx is shrouded in mystery. Who does its face represent? The mainstream view is that it's Khafre, the builder of the second pyramid, as it sits right in front of his complex. But some researchers point to erosion patterns on the Sphinx's body, suggesting it could be much, much older, perhaps dating back to a time when the climate in Egypt was wetter. This is a very controversial idea, but it shows how much we still have to learn. The Pyramids of Giza are a testament to human potential, to what we can achieve with vision, collaboration, and sheer determination. They have survived conquests, earthquakes, and the relentless march of time. They challenge our understanding of the past and inspire us to ask big questions. They are not just tombs of long-dead kings. They are a legacy for all of humanity. Next time you see a picture of these incredible structures, I hope you'll see more than just a pile of stones. You'll see a story of ingenuity, a testament to belief, and a mystery that continues to captivate us thousands of years later. What do you think is the biggest secret the pyramids are still hiding? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey to ancient Egypt. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more of the world's greatest wonders, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, keep exploring.